Hello, it's Tree Sprite, and I'm back for another video. Today, I am taking you along with me through the process of making like a miniature comic in my sketchbook. Um, Basically, the summary of this comic is that Harper and Blaire aren't dating yet or anything in this one. And Blaire happens to be at this party with other like vampire girls and stuff. Harper gets a little bit jealous, and she's like, "Let's go. Let's get out of here." Basically, um, away from this vampire girl that's showing a little bit of interest to Blaire. I've never drawn this vampire girl before with the purple hair. I definitely consider her hair color um, what I wanted it to be, right, in my head. Because I'll draw stuff and picture it in my mind. That's definitely a color I was thinking of, so I'm very happy with how the colors turned out and stuff. Um, I feel like I could have been a little bit more detailed with the backgrounds. But at the time, I wasn't super focused on it. I don't know, maybe that's something we should work on in the next miniature comic, because I'd like to do more of these. But the only issue is that, like, I've made them into short content, and, I don't want to post, like, 10, 20 videos of the same comic in a row. I feel like that gets a little bit boring fast. And so I've been very in my head about it, basically. And I don't know if I should just, like, bite the bullet and post them all. Um, because I've been in this funk lately where I just don't want to record, like, audio. And so I'm forcing myself to sit here and record audio. But anyway, we'll see what happens in the future. Because I've been really wanting to draw my OCs. But, like, again, I've been in my head about it. And I'm like, I don't think people want to see 20 videos of my OCs. So I just haven't been drawing them, and I've been very unhappy. I guess is the summary of that. I do like drawing other things, but sometimes you just want to draw your OCs, you know? But I am happy with the variety of, like, materials I used for this. I did not include some of the process, because I was using, like, security envelopes as, like, some of these shading effects for the backgrounds of this. The easiest way to describe it, I was using two different security envelopes for this. And one's like this diamond pattern, and there's like this hatching thing. Um, and it had my address on it, and I don't want to accidentally dox myself. So that's why that's me pasting that in isn't included. I basically use a light box to kind of try to trace it. The only issue with that was there's drawings on the other sides of these pages. So it's kind of coming through a little bit and it's hard to trace. I had a lot of trouble with like that first speech bubble cutting it out, because it's so hard to see through the Pokemon on like the other page. And then I used a little bit more of that, what's it called? Screen tone paper, for Harper's face in, like, two of these. And I feel like I'm running out of that paper. So I tried to use it sparingly for this, and that's why I was, like, using the security envelopes as a new texture to include. I feel like I would do this again. I've saved a couple of security envelopes I might reuse for something similar like this again. I feel like it matches the tone really well, but again, I could have maybe been a little bit more detailed with the background. I didn't do a lot of shading for the characters either. I don't know if I want to get like super into shading them in my sketchbook, but I didn't shade them that much. I forgot to add the other tones of Blaire's hair in this first page. It's just things I think about when I'm looking back on this, because I'm recording this in April, basically, and I made this in January. So it's nice to look back and think of, like, different things I'd like to do in the future. And then when I was painting the My Little Ponies on the other side of that last page, it bled through a little bit on the new character's face there. Um, I just cannot be bothered to go back and fix that. But yeah, just little things like that. It's fun to look back at. And hopefully you enjoyed listening to me ramble about the process of me making this comic. Again, hopefully I'd like to make more in the future, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Bye for now.